In this video, I'm going to share a valuable tip on how to make a woman see you as a man and awaken desire in her. So, what I'm going to do in this video is offer you a simple and practical tip on how to transition from a friendly atmosphere to being perceived as a man by a woman. When I say being seen as a man by a woman, I'm referring to the moment when a woman meets you. Inevitably, after a few minutes of conversation and interaction, she will categorize you in her mind as a good friend, a colleague, or someone she could consider for something more. When I mention the idea of a woman seeing you as a man, I'm talking about being seen as a desirable man, someone she would like to have something more with. However, many men make a crucial mistake. They are interested in a woman and want her to desire them, but end up acting in a way that keeps the interaction at a friendly level. And many of these men, maybe even you yourself, meet a woman on a dating app, where the setting is already conducive to interaction between a man and a woman, to flirting. However, they end up turning a conversation that should be flirtatious into a friendly one. This causes the woman, who initially was predisposed to see this man as desirable, based on the images and the context of the app, to now see him only as a good friend during the conversation. This change from a friendly vibe can also happen in face-to-face meetings, especially on first dates. Many times, on a first date, the woman is already initially attracted to that man. However, if the conversation during this first date develops only in a friendly way, there is a good chance that this initial attraction will diminish and the woman will see this man as someone not interesting for something more. She may even be polite and friendly during the date, but won't feel that desire for him. And this happens because many men are afraid to show their sexual intention to a woman. Showing sexual intention doesn't mean you want to take her to bed immediately, but rather that you see her as a desirable woman, not just as a friend. To do this, you literally need to flirt with this woman. When you flirt with a woman, you also show that you are a confident man to do so, because women know that only men with an extra dose of self-confidence or courage, or whatever it may be, go there and flirt directly. And the idea of being approached by a confident man, but at the same time laid back, who flirts but isn't attached to the outcome, that idea attracts the feminine. So, the golden tip for you to transition from a friendly vibe to being seen as a man by a woman is to flirt. And yes, I'm going to tell you what flirting is. I'm going to give you some flirting tips. There are many, many ways to flirt with a woman. There are countless ways to use in different types of conversations, but one very basic way you can use in various contexts, including online, is by complimenting something about the woman with a more sensual connotation. For example, you can say, "You look beautiful in that dress." Let's say it's one of your first conversations with this woman and she sends you an audio message. Then, you can respond, "Wow, you have a sexy accent too." That's flirting language and it already heats things up. Sometimes, you might be talking about very formal things, like work, and you ask something about work, talking a bit about yourselves formally. And then, you break the ice with a flirting language, saying something like, "Wow, you have a very sexy accent. I like it." Or if you're talking with that woman and she smiles, you can look at her and say, "Wow, you look beautiful when you smile too." That's flirting language. Let's say she's close to you and wearing a very pleasant perfume. You can say, "Wow, you seem very fragrant. I like this perfume. Can I get closer to smell it a bit?" So, you realize there's flirting in all of this, there's intentionality present in the flirting language. Another important point is constant eye contact. Don't be afraid to look a woman in the eyes. The more you maintain that eye contact and use that flirting language in the conversation, the more you will be engaging this woman. However, it's important to emphasize that the conversation is not just about flirting. Here we are talking about you starting a relationship with a woman who has the potential to be the one with whom you will have a serious relationship, a woman of value, who is worth your investment. So, for this woman, you won't just stick to flirting. You'll mix between deeper conversations that generate a lot of connection, and also these flirting conversations. Because these conversations take you out of the nice guy image. The woman is not attracted to this man who fits into the nice guy image, but rather to the one who has the image of the good man, the confident man. If you liked this powerful tip and it brought value to you, then leave your like below and click on the subscribe button, that red button. By doing so, you will be part of this community of men who are developing themselves, becoming more and more confident, discovering their own value, and achieving relationships with women who are worth it. If this makes sense to you, click on subscribe now. Strong hug and bye.